Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead, and it's Fun Friday. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm doing this Thursday afternoon because by the time you get to watch this, I will be at the lake with my grandkids. But I didn't want to miss my Fun Friday, so I figured I'd do it early. That's the oven. Okay, so I'm not sure if we'll do a video tomorrow night. Depends on how full we are after taking the kids to the Chinese buffet, but we'll see. And if we do, maybe it'll be just something quick. So I am going to make, it was suggested to me, but I didn't go in and get their recipe. I just looked up one online. But I am going to make one ingredient, well, and spices, cottage cheese chips. So let's get at it, and then we'll have some fun. Alright, so we're going to use a cup of cottage cheese, which I buy mine now in the big size because I'm making more things with cottage cheese. So we've been going through about one of these a week. You don't have to grind it up, and it says so in the directions. But if you want them smoother, then you will, you want to grind it up a little bit. Alright, and then you can use whatever spices that you want. It does suggest Italian seasoning too, which I'm not going to use. But a teaspoon of dried chives. And a teaspoon of garlic powder. Or you could leave them plain. My grandson said today, can you make me these kind? And I seen what they were. They brought with them was vinegar and salt and vinegar. I've never made them, but I guess I probably could if I tried. Alright, so we're going to put this on the lid on there. And we're just going to grind it up. So it gets nice and smooth. Not smooth, but I think it'll be just fine. Let me put the lid on here and make room for this. Even though I have a silicone sheet, I'm still going to use parchment paper because that's what it says. And this is supposed to be non-stick parchment paper. I don't know about all that, but that's what it says. So scrape the sides here a little bit. You're going to put little spoonfuls on your tray. I'd have to do about 10 trays of these to keep up with Tom the way he likes chips. My grandkids love them too, big time. I could take them or leave them. They do taste nice once in a while. I will tell you, it smells really good. I might have to get me another one. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get a second pan. Let's get this one prepped and ready. So then you want to push them down like that. Try to even them out as good as you can. Oh, it smells so good. Probably the chives in it. And the garlic. Alright. So then you're going to put them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes on 350. Let me get the other tray ready and then I'll be right back. Alright, so both trays are in the oven. So I have a question. Well, a favor to ask. If you have other things that you want me to do fun facts on, leave them in the comments below. Like one of you guys suggested animals, the other person suggested the board games, and I think they've been pretty good. So if there's other fun facts that you want me to look up and we can do on Fridays, let me know and I'll look them up. Alright, so we're going on again with the board games. There is a World Championship of Game Pandemic held annually. But they did good during COVID. Risk is often used in education to teach geography and strategy skills. You know, I've never played it. My kids did, though, and they liked it. The spirograph, although not a board game, is a popular toy that creates geometric shapes and was originally developed as a drafting tool. Do you remember trying to make, like, all different kinds of cool stuff with it? And, you know, you just, like, go in circles with it and whatever. I liked it. I thought it was cool. You know what else I liked is that thing that was square and you tried to make pictures out of it. And people would make such fancy pictures and I could make lines. Or a box. The popular game Connect 4 is a solved game, meaning its outcome can be predicted from any position assuming perfect play. Well, I guess. Chinese checkers. My kids used to play that with their grandma all the time. Not my mom, but their other grandma. Chinese checkers was not invented in China, but in Germany, where it was called Sternhalma. There you go. I don't know where Chinese checkers came in at, but okay. The term board game didn't enter the English language until the late 19th century. Ticket to Ride, a popular modern board game, was inspired by the short story Around the World in 80 Days. I never read that book, did you guys? The game Mousetrap, that was a fun game, which features a convoluted contraption, was inspired by cartoons of Rube Goldberg. Yahtzee was created by a Canadian couple who enjoyed playing the game on their yacht. Well, thank you, Canadians, because I love Yahtzee. The dots on the pair of dice are also called pips. Okay. The Victorian era board games were considered educational tools focused on moral and social virtue. I wonder what kind of games they had, and maybe we should bring them back. The Guinness Book of World Record for the most players in a single board game is 922 during the game of Carcassonne in 2015. Guess Who? I never played that, but I heard it was fun. Is played in over 28 countries and has been translated in 26 languages. Boggle was invented by Alan Turoff in 1972 and is played with a plastic grid of lettered dice. I never played it. The initial prototype for the popular game Battleship was made with pen and paper. I loved Battleship, and it used to make me so mad when people would sink my Battleship. But I loved that game. I really did. And then they had an electronic one for a while. That was pretty cool. I don't know if they still do or not. In 2013, the word selfie was added to the Scrabble dictionary. Okie dokie. Trivial Pursuit was created by two members of the Canadian Press Club who realized their Scrabble was missing pieces. I've played Trivial Pursuit, actually, and I had fun with it. Oh no, there's just a couple more. The popular cooperative, I can't even talk or read today, I guess. The popular cooperative board game Shadows over Camelot involves players taking on roles of Knights of the Round Table to save Camelot. I've never heard of that game. Have you? The first version of Pictionary was made using a borrowed dictionary, pencils, and a yellow legal pad. That is really cool, though. You know, it's almost like, what is that game that you have to guess things just by doing, like, movie or whatever? Yeah. The standard deck of playing cards was initially a board game used with various types of games. I did not know that either. The game Agricola, based on farming, is considered one of the inaugural games of the worker placement genre. All right. The board game Dominion introduced the deck building genre of games where players construct their decks during the gameplay. I've never played that one either. Wow, these are cool looking. And they smell so good. That didn't take long to get through those. That's kind of a bummer. Anyway, so tomorrow's plans are we're going to go to my brother's house as usual because Tom hasn't got to see my brother. And then we're going to take the kids to the lake. Then we're going to take AJ to this, he doesn't know that you can't keep them, but they're chubs. And hopefully they're still there at this bridge on the Pine River, and he can catch them, you know, and then throw them back. And he told me, Grandma, you could do whatever you want with all the fish I catch. Well, Grandma won't be doing anything but throwing them back. They put them in there to feed the trout, and then they got as big as a trout almost. But they'll have fun catching them. Hopefully he'll get some. And then I was looking online today, and I noticed they have an Amish store in Carson City. I never noticed it because it's like 2 miles past the road that I usually turn to go to like the back way, or about 4 miles before after my brother's road to turn. So she said it's not a discount store, but they have bulk there. So maybe on the way home we can stop there and see what they got. And then I'll see what Ken's has in Ionia. And then we'll go to Portland to the Chinese restaurant so AJ can make Grandpa eat all his Chinese food. AJ's not a Chinese food fan. He just likes the other stuff that comes with it, like mac and cheese, spaghetti, all that good stuff. He's not much into the Chinese food, but he's like, he loves the buffet because he likes to be able to pick whatever he wants to eat because he's a really, really, really fussy eater. Emmy, on the other hand, unless it's nailed down, he'll eat it. Like, we stop and get pizza and he eats just the crust and the toppings. At his dad and mom's house, he won't eat pizza at all. Go figure. Neither one of them like watermelon or blueberries. Some of Grandma's favorite things. So anyways, I'm going to let these chips finish, and then that way I don't make it this big old long drawn out video for you. But anyway, I'll let these chips finish and then I'll be back and we'll check them out. Alright, so they're finished. Now, they did turn out good, but next time I would spread them out a little bit even thinner because they took about 17 minutes to cook. And I think had I put them a little bit thinner, they would have cooked faster and been crispier. But live and learn. This is one of them. There's some that don't have any brown on them at all. So let's give it a taste. You almost expect a salt taste because it's chips, but it doesn't have that salt taste to it. But it is really flavorful, so they are worth a try. But I would get them as flat as you can before you cook them, and then they will spread out a little bit too, but do it a little bit thinner than I did. But the taste is right there, and you can make whatever flavor that you want. That's the good thing. So I hope you had fun with Fun Friday. Make sure you put ideas for new things for us to talk about. And in the meantime, you guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing. I love you guys.